Hey, you guys, I've got a new SOVCIT. I don't think you guys have seen this one. If you subscribe to all the body cam channels, I don't think it's on one of them. I found it somewhere else. Whew. Okay, guys, I've got two more sections left of Carl for SOVCIT 101 for misinterpreting the Constitution. So I'm going to play about 20-ish minutes of Carl after our new SOVCIT video, and then I'm gonna conclude the misinterpreting the Constitution part with Mr. Carl on the final video of that part of the series with the last video of Big Dummy. Did I just say? I don't know, you guys. I don't know. Anyway, let's check out the new SOVCIT. Let's start there. Oh.
What?
What's your emergency? How can I help you?
What'd you say?
What's your emergency? How can I help you?
My name is Officer Rents, Pasco Police Department. You say no contacts being recorded. The reason to stop is you only have one brake light that's working. Only your driver's side brake light's working. Do you have your license, registration, insurance? Huh?
How can a brake light out be so bad?
I saw the fictitious plate. I did, yeah. What's the story with the plate?
Oh, and a plate.
You're driving in private? Is this vehicle registered in the state of Washington? No? Why not? It's a state requirement.
No, it does not have to be.
Yeah, it does.
No, I understand you're trained that way, but no, it does not have to be, sir.
Explain how not.
No, how do you explain that?
Educate me then if you think I'm wrong.
No, I know you're wrong.
Okay, do you have your license? Why not?
I rescinded it.
What?
I rescinded that.
What does that mean?
I wrote the contract.
Okay, so you have any ID on you?
Nope.
Can I get your name?
Yes, sir.
What? Sean? What's your last name?
Bumpus. The plate.
The plate doesn't come back to anything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It doesn't return in our system. How do you spell Sean?
S-E-A-N.
What's your last name?
Bumpus.
How do you spell that? B-U-N-A-O-U-S?
What's your name? Badge number?
Renz 187. What's your birthday? 68.
Yep.
Okay.
Recording this.
Do you have a phone number? Do you have an address? Okay.
Pasco. Where's Pasco?
County Museum, north of Bonneville. That's Bobby. Be behind the museum, Charles David Adams.
Washington.
3683. That's Bobby, need to assume.
Suspended, blah, blah, blah. Okay, while he's looking it up. Airplane's flying with 100 bricks. One falls off. Guess how many bricks are left? 99.
I think this guy's on for the floor.
How do you eat an elephant?
28.
I mean, how do you put an elephant in the refrigerator? Easy. You open the door and you put the elephant in the refrigerator. How do you put a giraffe in the refrigerator? You take the elephant out, and then you put the giraffe in, and then you close the door. The animal kingdom's having a party. All the animals are invited. Everybody, every one of them shows up, except one. Which animal is missing? The giraffe, because it's still in the refrigerator. A lady's driving across a crocodile-infested river. But she's able to cross safely. How come? Because all the animals are at the party. Except she still ends up dying. Why does she still end up dying? Because she gets hit in the head by the brick that fell off the airplane. Okay, he's got a son.
I can't hear you. What? It's registered your wife's name. Do you mind if I just take a picture of your VIN from the inside the door? Huh? I can't. It's not clear enough. Huh? I was just asking. You can help me. You are able to.
No, I don't have to.
Okay, that's what I'm asking. You said you can't help me, but you can. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'll be right back with some tickets.
With some tickets.
I should just take him for suspended. He's doing the whole private, not for hire. I don't need a license. I don't need a license plate. I don't need a license. I don't have to give you any of that stuff.
Yep, we call those sovereign citizens. AKA big dummies.
Yeah, I'll probably just take him for suspended.
Confirmed suspended. No registration, no license. Probably not insurance. Forgot how much searching he does.
Damn it.
You want me to print it?
Oh yeah.
Can't print the tickets.
There's Paul.
That's alright. I'll still read it. Step out of the car, please. You're under arrest.
For what?
For suspended driving.
No, I'm not suspended. I just said
Your license is suspended.
no, I'm not suspended. You know it's suspended.
It says suspended.
It's rescinded.
That
3
doesn't-
years ago. I've already beat Benton County with you already. I don't even have a license. It's rescinded 3 years ago.
Your license in Washington State is suspended.
It's rescinded.
It's suspended.
Well, if you already beat it once, then you got a chance to beat it again. And then probably again if you keep driving.
No, it's not. I don't even have a license for it.
It says suspended in my system, so you're suspended.
Bullshit. I've already beat Benton County 3 years ago with his word.
Okay, step out of the car, please. You're under arrest.
No, I'm not.
I'm going to charge you with resisting arrest if you don't get out of the car.
You hear this bullshit? It's right-
Window. Window.
I know I'm not suspended. I know I'm not. You think it is? Bullshit. I know it is. I'm not even here Sunday. I know you're free. You know I got a license. You know you're full of shit.
It's suspended. No, I'm not going to show you my database.
Yeah, you know you're lying.
It's sensitive information.
You're lying.
You can go check with the DOL afterwards.
No, I have a paper right from the DOL saying that I don't.
Why would I lie about that? What do I gain from lying about that?
Because all you cops lie.
Oh, okay.
I don't have a license.
Please get out of the car.
I don't have a license.
You're right.
Call your sergeant.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Call me a sergeant.
No.
I demand a sergeant here.
You can demand all you want. Get out of the car.
They're arguing over the same thing. Cops saying he's suspended. The guy's saying, "Oh, I don't even have one." Right? His argument is saying, "I don't have one, so you can't suspend one that I don't have," which is driving without a freaking license. Still arrestable. At least in Washington.
Bullshit. Get a sergeant here.
No.
Yes.
What's it going to change? He's going to tell you the same. He's going to tell you the same thing.
I don't have a license.
He's going to tell you the same thing.
I don't have a license. That's bullshit.
You don't have a license. That's correct.
That's right.
You're suspended. Suspended, revoked, third degree.
It's rescinded.
You keep saying that word like you know what it means.
Yeah, I do know what it means. It means I broke the contract with the state. I don't have a license whatsoever.
Okay, well your license is suspended in Washington State.
No, I don't have one.
Okay. Well, you're now under arrest for suspended driving and resisting arrest, okay?
Whatever. You're getting a ticket for felony.
Please get out of the car.
I'm writing you a ticket for felony.
Go ahead.
Are you emergency license, not emergency situation?
Ah, yes, the counter
It is
ticket.
emergency when it's a safety hazard for everyone else when they can't see your brake lights. They can't see your brake lights. You only have one working brake light. Go ahead.
Well, you're going to court.
Bullshit. You guys been trucking for 35 fucking years. Why do you think I broke the contract? 35 years.
I've never even seen you before.
I'm saying you cops have.
Oh.
For 35 years, that's why I broke it. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing now. I learned the law. That's why I had a beat in Benton County 3 years ago.
Okay.
Because it's the exact same fucking thing.
Please step out of the car.
Get out of the car. Come get the truck, right?
Is it weird how they always act surprised that this is going to happen?
Come here right now with the truck before I leave.
Okay. That's fine.
So, we'll wait for her to get the truck.
No, you're going to get out of the car right now.
Get out.
You're going to get out of the car right now. Or I'm going to break the window and pull you out through the window.
Break it. Break it.
So I'm telling you what's going to happen if you don't get out of the car. Get out of the car.
You're out of office now.
What are you talking about?
You guys don't know the laws. That's the problem.
I'm out of office?
You're out of office now, yeah.
I'm outside currently, yes.
No, you were out of
I'm
your
not
office.
in an office.
You're now in person. You're now in your personal capacity. Not your personal.
What's that?
You're in your personal capacity, not in your personal capacity. You're threatening.
I didn't threaten you. I'm telling you what's going to happen if you don't open the door and get out.
You said you're breaking my window.
Yes, and pull you through the window.
Threat.
No, I'm just letting you know what's going to happen.
That is a threat.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's just letting you know what's going to happen. It's the next steps in the process.
You guys didn't run the laws.
What?
You guys didn't run the real laws. That's
Okay.
what you do. Bullshit. If you guys take my truck, I'll be glad to get out.
Where's she coming from?
Right down the road.
Okay. Oh, wait. I guess we could do that for you.
I'm gonna have your ass report.
Huh?
I'm gonna have your ass report.
You're going to do what?
I'm gonna have your ass report.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine.
Is he going to get out?
Your personal capacity and your personal capacity both.
Okay.
You know that.
Okay.
When you get a ticket, you're getting some lights.
I'm getting a ticket for using my emergency lights and siren?
They're not emergency.
Okay.
If anybody can find one of these sovereign citizen tickets, I would love to see it.
I can't hear you.
They're telling you.
It's a felony to use my emergency lights and siren?
You're not emergency situation.
It's a safety issue for everyone else on the road. It's all on body cam and dash cam.
That's good. You're lying.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I studied the hell out of the laws.
Okay, well I'm telling you, your brake lights don't work. That's all we're telling you to.
Now,
Fast rated
both of them
too.
don't work?
Also,
Are you telling me both of them don't work?
I have PC for suspended, resisting arrest, who's refusing to get out of the car.
What's wrong?
What?
That's fine.
What's fine? It's suspended. Okay.
It's rescinded, dude. I broke the contract. I
Great.
no longer have a contract with Washington State.
Well, he said he's going to get out once someone comes and gets his car, so we're going to at least allow him to do that first.
Oh, that's too nice.
Oh, here's my supervisor for you.
Window.
My supervisor's right there if you want to talk to him.
So the cops delaying because he's letting somebody come pick up this guy's truck, which is kind of messed up because he still doesn't have it registered, and I would doubt that he's got insurance. Now, my insurance transfers to me to any car that I'm driving, which I'm assuming whoever's picking up the car has the same scenario, but still, no registration. And the whole taillight thing, I don't know.
Just go read the DOL.
He's been suspended since like 2009.
2009. He's been in the game just as long as our speaker at the end of this video.
Does she drive a gold F-150? All right, she's here. Now that she's here, can you please step out of the car? All right. Can you step out of the car, please? Now that... What? What? Okay, I still can't hear you. What do you think's gonna happen with your truck? I'm not gonna touch your truck.
I know what you guys do.
You don't know me
I've
for
been
shit.
dealing with you guys for 35 fucking years with the same bullshit. For 35 years you guys have been fucking me.
I've never done
I'm
that.
saying the cops have.
Oh. We can't generalize the population of people.
I've been fucking dealing with this bullshit, man. About so many jobs. That's why I broke the license. That's why I learned the law. That's why I learned the real law.
Okay.
You guys need to learn the real law.
Apparently. That is. It's a gross misdemeanor. It's a misdemeanor.
It's not a jailable offense, dude.
Yes, it is.
No, it's fucking not.
Okay, so when they book you in, I'll tell you I told you so. I can't hear you.
Shoot all you guys. Shoot every one of you.
Okay.
Well, guys, hoping for a window to break, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Oh, he's taking the seatbelt off. Taking some out of his pocket. Wallet.
How is this my first traffic stop of the day? For brake lights.
Yeah, no brake lights at all. That's cool.
No, you have one brake light, I said. Just your driver's side brake light's working. The third brake light, which I assume is being covered by the canopy, and then the passenger side brake light is not working. And I don't know if you signaled when you pulled over, but that might not be working either, so I'd just get it checked out. Can you get out of the car, please?
Oh man, this is where I should put a timer. God, I should have thrown in another joke. Alright, 2 muffins go into an oven. One muffin says, "Holy shit, it's hot in here." Well, he says, "Man, it's really hot in here." Then the other muffin says, "Holy shit, a talking muffin." Okay, he's whining. He's whining.
Park it right over there.
Come on, man.
I'm coming, man.
He's got the same voice as an actor, and I can't quite place it.
Perfect. Arms on your back.
Fuck that, you man.
Let go of your hand for a second.
Yeah.
You know, if he's been suspended since 2009, he's gone 16 years without getting arrested. That's pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good. That's let's see. Was there 16 times two? How much is a driver's license cost? Like $30. Well, then the registration. Let's do some math. 16 times 30. About
Go ahead.
$500. Oh wait, no.
You doing your personal? Can I ask you to shut my door?
No, go that way.
Shut my door.
Go that way.
Shut my door.
I almost calculated it at $30 a year, but you only need to renew your license like every 5 to 10 years. So he saved himself about, I don't know, let's just round it up to the highest possible. I don't think it'll be higher than like $60. And then, depending on the year of the truck, maybe $200 to $300 a year. I don't know, man.
Go that way.
Don't be a dick,
She's
man.
gonna shut your door. I was in the fucking doorway. I can't shut the door. It's standing in front of the door, right in front of the car. Everything in your pocket's in a poke
I
stick.
still got nothing on me, man.
Needles, knives, guns,
No,
drugs, bombs.
I got nothing on me. I just still got nothing on me.
Okay, well I ask everyone before I put my hands in their pockets. I don't want to get poked by a needle.
I ain't fucking boy. Do I know fucking needle use me now?
Oh, you could be diabetic.
Fuck
I don't
off.
know. You could be diabetic. You could be doing vitamins. I don't know.
Fuck off.
There's lots of reasons people have needles.
Shoot, it's vitamins. I'm actually gonna get a B12 shot here in like an hour. Barbados.
Have you ever been affected in jail before?
Yeah, I have.
Do you have any
For the
enemies?
same fucking bullshit.
Same bullshit.
Yeah.
Do you
Same
have
fucking
any, do
bullshit.
you have any enemies in the jail that you tell somebody about?
I don't know. Last time I was there, I got fucking side slide.
What does that mean?
Got slide in fucking jail. They fucking, I got fucking 3 fucking screws put in my head. So the bitch fucking hit me on the side.
Okay.
Enemies in the jail, or is there someone specific I should tell them about so you don't get assaulted?
I don't know who the fuck it is.
Okay.
Who he was?
Didn't tell you who it was. Did you get him charged with assault?
Yeah.
Okay, they didn't tell you who it was or anything like that?
There's some fucking Mexican guy.
Go ahead and have a seat. You're gonna be recorded in the back seat as well.
That's
Okay?
fine. I give a fuck. Record the fuck out of me. I'm telling you, man. I'm fucking shooting every one of you motherfuckers for this, dude.
That's fine.
You guys didn't. You know what? You really need to learn the real law, dude.
Can you sit back just a little bit, please?
Because this is fucking bullshit.
If you put your hands a little bit lower, there's a cutout on your lower back. I just need to pull this seatbelt.
You know, this guy is actually correct. As long as he was living before about 1930.
Damn it, man. Get any fucking tighter, dude?
They're not.
Just fucking, but just suck this son of a bitch up already, man. Get me to the fucking jail so I can get the fuck out of here.
Okay, I'll force it.
God,
then.
what's the
It's not-
accuracy?
Fuck, force it
it's
then. I
too
don't fucking
tight.
care.
It's too tight. See, look, so it's not going to work like that. See how that's not going to work. I'm trying to get the seatbelt on you adequately. Okay.
I can think of the actor. I just can't remember his name or one of the movies
It's locked
he's been
up
in.
for some reason.
Nice.
Government work, right? So nothing works the way it should. What the heck? This is not. There it is. Alright. What's your knee, please? Oh, I turned it off. There we go. So I understand you're going to remove the car from the roadway, so I don't have to tow it.
It's not in the roadway. It's on a parking spot.
So it's an unregistered vehicle in the roadway, so it can't be sitting in.
I didn't notice that.
You want to pull it over to the grocery store?
Yeah, we're done.
You're good.
I don't want to have to tow it. That's all.
Wait till you go to court, though. You guys are really going to be embarrassed.
All right, I'm leaving.
Oh God, and the wife is SOVCIT too. Well, we really need to figure out what happened with this case. Luckily, the channel that I got this from is probably going to follow it, so we'll find out hopefully.
Oh, that's not very nice.
I have a license. I have a letter from the DMV showing that I rescinded my license.
Okay. Lady to dispatch. One in custody or outside jail. Oops. Oh, it's hot in here.
Okay, not too much left in this one. Mostly driving. I think he's just gonna whine about the same shit he was whining about, and then we get to the jail.
Or was it just a gas truck?
Fine.
If you don't respond, what do I
You
gain?
cops lie about everything, dude.
Okay.
You guys' whole fucking deal. It's okay. You guys lie to us, but we can't lie to you. I know. I know. I fucking studied the fuck out of it. I saw you guys getting last year, fucking 3 years ago.
So you're being charged with suspended. I'm not charging you with resisting, okay? And I also gave you some infractions for defective tail lamps, operating and possessing a vehicle without
Gotta charge him with resisting. Jeez, he made you sit there for like a half hour.
registration, operating a motor vehicle without insurance.
Whatever.
Okay?
I'm not admitting or denying nothing.
These are going to be in your property when you get
Fine.
out. If you don't respond to the ticket or the court date you have, a warrant could be issued for your arrest, okay?
Send it out. I'm telling you, I'm suing your ass off, buddy.
Okay.
Personal and official capacity, both.
Okay.
You think you're right, but I'm telling you, you're wrong, dude. You need to learn the real law.
Maybe I'll learn something from this.
And maybe you will.
Oh, it's on here. That's a nice truck you got. It's kind of rare with the manual. Was it a diesel or was it just a gas truck?
Yes.
Oh. Have you had that one for a long time?
Yep.
That's a pretty nice condition truck. I have a Ram also. I was just admiring the fact that it was manual. It's pretty cool.
I've got a Ram also, and I gotta tell you, I'm never gonna buy another Ram. I've had nothing but issues. I like it though, but I hate it.
What year is it, like 06?
Dude.
3.
03?
You already know. You already ran it, dude.
No, I don't have your registration or anything. I couldn't run your truck. I don't know. I ran the plate, but it didn't come back with anything.
Stop being a people pleaser.
And I couldn't get the...
You go right to DOT site and run it.
I'll try it, but...
I guarantee you can.
Okay, I'll try it. I'll try it when I get back in the car.
See, they don't teach you guys shit, dude.
It has to be a state license plate.
They teach you the fucking bullshit. They don't teach you the real laws, dude.
Maybe you're right.
I know I'm right. I'm telling you.
Maybe
I know I am.
Maybe that.
I know. I'm telling you.
I never.
This is exactly why I broke my fucking.
So listen.
This is exactly why I broke the contract with Washington State.
Listen. I never even heard of the DOT thing. So you might be right. I don't know.
I know I am.
That's what court's for.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You're gonna be right. I'm telling you. You're gonna be there. I'm gonna sue your ass off.
I am gonna be
dude.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna sue your ass off.
Okay. You're gonna have to sue the city of Pasco, Chris.
No, I'm suing you in your official capacity and your personal capacity both.
Okay.
I'm telling you. I'm not letting it slide this time.
All right.
Okay.
I'll be there.
Okay.
You damn straight you will.
Going to the jail.
Hey, recording.
Should have had your truck impounded.
Let's go on.
Okay, there's Carl. Oh my God, there's Carl. All right, well, we'll see. If there's an update, I'll give you the update. I don't know if I'm going to find the update. But like I said, the channel that I got it from might follow it. Probably will follow it. So, based on the way things work, I got a feeling that we won't see an update for a while. Anyway, let's see what's going on. Okay, let's do with that. Let's get back into Carl.
Constitutional statute creates
Hang on.
no obligation to be impaired. Right? Let's go on. No repeal of an enactment is necessary. Since an unconstitutional law is void, the general principles follows that it imposes no duties, confers no rights, creates no office, bestows no power or authority on anyone, affords no protection, and justifies no acts performed under it. A contract, did everybody pick up on that keyword, contract? A contract which rests on an unconstitutional statute creates no obligation to be impaired by subsequent legislation. No one is bound to obey an unconstitutional law, and no courts are bound to enforce it. Persons convicted and fined under a statute subsequently held unconstitutional may recover the fines paid. A void act cannot be legally inconsistent with a valid one, and an unconstitutional law cannot operate to supersede an existing valid law. Indeed, insofar as a statute runs counter to the fundamental law of the land, the Constitution, it is superseded thereby. Since an unconstitutional statute cannot repeal or in any way affect an existing one, if a repealing statute is unconstitutional, the statute which it attempts to repeal remains in full force and effect. And where a well, what did I say there? Remains in full force and effect. Is the Second Amendment in full force and effect? You better believe it. Okay? Now what is it they don't understand about infringed? And where statute which it attempts to repeal remains in full force and effect, and where a clause repealing a prior law is inserted in the act, which act is unconstitutional and void, the provision of the repeal of the prior law will usually fall with it, and will not be permitted to operate as repealing such prior law. In other words, the law stands always. The real law, the Constitution. The general principles stated above apply to the constitutions as well as to the laws of several states insofar as they are repugnant to the Constitution and the laws of the United States. And let's see if 54 will confer. Kuhn versus Berry, but I can tell you Marbury versus Madison is higher than that, but I'd be willing to bet you they cited Marbury in that. Moreover, a constitution of a statute...
Alright, so I don't... Whoa, sorry, that was a little louder than I thought. I don't remember where we left off with Carl here, but I know there's a little bit in overlap. He left it off kind of in the same section, and, well, unless he just says Marbury versus Madison a lot.
Construction of a statute which brings in conflict with a constitution will nullify it as effectively as if it had, in its expressed terms, been enacted in conflict therewith. So anything passed in conflict with the United States Constitution is clearly unconstitutional. It doesn't take a college professor graduating magna cum laude from Harvard to figure these things out. All you have to do is read. That's why God gave you eyes now. The actual existence. Well, let's go to 257. 257, same book, 16th Am Jurisprudence.
Which is the irony there, right? All you have to do is read. And I say that to anybody who wants to argue any political argument ever, who's never read a bill, doesn't understand the legislature. You got to read now. But none of these guys are actually reading. What they're doing is they're paraphrasing the shit that everybody else read, and then they're passing it off as fact, and that's the problem.
The actual existence of a statute prior to determination that it is unconstitutional is an operative fact and may have consequences which cannot justify being ignored. When a statute which has been in effect for some time is declared unconstitutional, questions of rights claimed to have become vested, of status, of prior determinations deemed to have finality and acted upon accordingly, of prior determinations deemed to have finality and acted upon accordingly, and of public policy in the light of the nature both of the statute and of its previous application, demand examination. All right? It has been said that an all-inclusive statement of the principle of absolute retroactive invalidity cannot be justified. Obviously, it would be ex post facto. An unconstitutional statute is not necessarily a nullity. It may have indeterminate consequences binding upon the people. All right? So you have to pay attention to what's going on. Now, let's get a few more and we're out of here. Section 258. I'm just going to read the important section here. On the other hand, it is clear that Congress cannot by authorization or ratification give the slightest effect to a state law or constitution which is in conflict with the Constitution of the United States. Does that make sense to you? In reality, it would be what? A nullity. Why? Because it's in conflict or repugnancy. It'd be in violation of Marbury versus Madison, all right? Now, are you starting to see the gist of what's going on here? There's just one more, I think, and we're out of here. All right, Section 260 of the same 16th Am Jurisprudence. Now, folks, head down to a law library. The books are usually green or red in color. They're kind of thick. Ask the librarian where Am Jurisprudence 2nd is stored. Go on over there, grab the 16th volume, start at Section 1, and just start paging through to say Section 300. I'm telling you, you won't believe it. We're going to look at Section 260. Although it is manifest that an unconstitutional provision in the statute is not cured because included in the same act with valid provisions, and that there are no degrees of constitutionality. In other words, it's either constitutional or it's unconstitutional. There's nothing.
By the way, guys, the fuzzy vibrating that you're hearing, that's coming from the original video. So it's not your phone, tablet, TV, whatever you're watching this from.
It's kind of like half pregnant. There's no such thing, all right? So that an act is either constitutional or it is unconstitutional, okay? So if you got statute here and most of it's constitutional and a part of it's unconstitutional, guess what? It's all unconstitutional. So what we got here is a crime bill. And we got part of it is constitutional and part of it's unconstitutional. Obviously they had no authority under the Second Amendment to fool around with the right of the people to keep and bear arms. They couldn't demand that the people not possess certain firearms. So this directly applies to this crime bill. Obviously, part of the bill is constitutional and the other part is not constitutional. So what is the end result? The whole bill is unconstitutional. Does everybody see that? Excuse me. Now I want you to start looking at these things and I want you to start hammering these guys, and don't let these guys pull this kind of stuff. Hook them. Go over there and collar them. Say, hey Charlie, why don't you step over here for a minute? I want to check out something here. I mean, you would if they had your wallet. Wouldn't you? Does that make sense to you? Now we're going to get into a unique argument here. For the last half hour I've been trying to hammer home the power of this book. This book right here. Okay? I'm trying to hammer home the power of this book to teach you that this is the most valuable book in your whole life. If you know what's in this book, I am telling you, you are in full possession of your American citizenship. If you don't know what's in this book, I am telling you, you're going to be a slave, subject to the whim of extrajudicial people who want to tell you what to do, when to do it, and how to do it, and how high to pack it. Now, my honest philosophy to you is, as a kindness and a Christian to you, I tell you, learn this book, just like you would your
I think he's gonna fix it here.
rights. I love it when these guys tell me I don't have any rights. I said, well, if you believe that, let's go to court.
Sorry.
And on the end of the day, we'll see who owns who. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you violate any of my constitutional rights, I will sue your socks off and I will attach everything you own, bank, business, and home. And I'm telling you, I'm the one your mama warned you about, so you damn well better listen. Do not violate my rights, because I will come after you, and I will take care of business, and I will do what is necessary and proper, and I will pull every stop out, and I will go dig up every nut, bolt, and screw, and when it's done, you will find out you messed with the wrong American, because this American is not going to back down. Okay? Now, we're going to get into a real special argument. Now, this argument has taken almost 18 and a half years to develop, so I want you to pay attention. Excuse me a second here. This argument is a unique concept that has been honed like a razor to a very meticulous edge so that you can understand what's
So
going
he's about to get okay. So if you could see his page right now, he's basically has case law, 1-2 sentences, case law, 1 sentence, case law, 1-2 sentences, case law. This is where all the sovereign citizen shit kind of comes together. Is they'll take a little piece of something that might sound good to them and ignore the rest of the entire case law, which he preaches earlier that you got to read the whole freaking case law.
on. Obviously, we have established clearly that you have a constitutional right. And obviously we have established that you are the beneficiary of the contract. And we have established that the Constitution is a contract in writing enforceable in the court of law. And we have established that you have a right to claim specific performance on the contract. And we have established that it's supposed to be interpreted in your favor. So if you got an honest constitutional belief, they have to listen. Now let's take that to the next step. The next step is, can a state arbitrarily and erroneously convert your right into a privilege and issue a license and a fee for it? Now, I don't know if can you see this pretty clearly? This,
Yes.
right here. All right. Let's start with here. We're going to start walking down this sheet. Okay. Murdoch versus Pennsylvania, U.S. Supreme Court. Now, when you want to go into the law library and you want to look up something, what you want to do is understand that Supreme Court is Trump. Okay. That's the clearest way I can explain it to you. If you got a Supreme Court case, that trumps a district court, that trumps a court of appeals, that trumps a state court, that trumps everything. So you want to deal with Supreme Court cases as best you can. Murdoch versus Pennsylvania is a unique case. It's recorded at 319 U.S. 105. That's the 319th volume of United States Supreme Court Reports on page 105. So when you go to the law library, go into U.S. Reports, ask the little gal there, or the little guy that's behind the counter, where is the United States Supreme Court Reports? They'll tell you right where it is. You grab volume 319, you turn to page 105, and it'll give you the case of Murdoch versus Pennsylvania. Murdoch versus Pennsylvania is a real unique case. And I'm telling you to read the case. The case. You get the case. The judge always likes to see that you're ready. And I'm going to summate basically the case briefly. Basically, it is a religious test case wherein Jehovah's Witnesses in the year of 1943 wanted their right to be able to go and preach among the public, because that is their right to evangelize, okay? In Pennsylvania, they wanted them to have a license to solicit, okay? This is basically the crux of the case. Now, what happened was the Jehovah's Witnesses claimed their First Amendment right of life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, the right to worship and exercise their religion unencumbered, right? And, of course, that's one of the mainstays that founded this country, was the religious freedom. Okay? And basically the points on the case that are established are: a state may not impose a charge for the enjoyment of a right granted by the federal Constitution, and that a flat license tax here involved restrains in advance the constitutional liberties of press and religion and inevitably tends to suppress their existence. All right, let's pull that over there. Everybody see that? Okay. All right, I'll start again. A state may not impose a charge for the enjoyment of a right granted by the federal Constitution, and that a flat license tax here involved restrains in advance the constitutional liberties of the press and religion and inevitably tends to suppress the exercise thereof. That the ordinance is non-discriminatory and that it applies also to peddlers of wares and merchandise is immaterial. The liberties granted by the First Amendment are and in a preferred position. Since the privilege in question is guaranteed by the federal Constitution and exists independently of the state's authority, the inquiry as to whether the state has given something for which it cannot ask a return is irrelevant. All right? No state may convert a secured liberty into a privilege and issue a license and a fee for it. Now, a lot of people come back to me and say, well, I'm not a Jehovah's Witness, so that case doesn't apply to me. I want you to reach. I want you to understand, we're not talking about whether you're a Jehovah's Witness here. What we're talking about here is, are you an American and do you have rights? What they are talking about here is that these Jehovah's Witness people exercised their rights timely, that they had a right to worship and exercise and worship their God and evangelize as they chose, and that the state came in and arbitrarily converted that right into a privilege and issued a license and a fee for it. That is totally unconstitutional. Now, we took that case as a pioneering case, and we argue that case for all of your constitutional rights. All you need to do is keep in mind that you are an American and you have constitutional rights, number one. Number two, you have to keep in mind what right. Can you pull the right out of the Constitution? If you can pull the right out of the Constitution, and I'll give you an example. How about the right to travel freely and unencumbered, pursuant to Shapiro versus Thompson, and we'll get into that. How about the right to keep and bear arms? Right?
Okay, again, well, he kind of overrode me here at the end with what he said, but there's no right to travel in the Constitution, right? However, there is a right to travel in constitutional law. The Supreme Court has long recognized a constitutional right to travel. However, the right refers to interstate travel, the ability to move between states without special taxes or restrictions. So, I can go from Colorado to Kansas and I don't have to worry about having to pay a fee or a tax just for crossing the border. It has nothing to do with how I got to the border and then the way I'm going to proceed once I get past the border, right? So he's going to get into the whole right versus privilege thing, right? And he's going to argue that traveling in a freaking car is a right. But the right to travel does not grant citizens the freedom to ignore traffic laws or vehicle licensing requirements as upheld over and over and over and over and over and over and over by the Supreme Court. Where's my button?
Right? Does a state have a right to require a license and a fee for the exercise of the right? And if they do, can you ignore the license and the fee? We'll get into that. Now, obviously, in this case, it's clearly established, and this is the premise of this case. No state may convert a secured liberty into a privilege, issue a license and a fee for it, and require you to have that. Otherwise, you committed a crime. That's totally 100% unconstitutional. I want that to get across real clear. Now let's jump to the next case. By the way, Murdoch is recorded at 319. That's the 319 volume. U.S. Reports, page 105. We'll start the case. All right? Go read the case, though. Make sure you read the case. I don't want anybody...
And he keeps saying over and over, make sure you read the case. Obviously, the case is about Jehovah's Witnesses who the state wanted to basically charge them a fee for going door to door and evangelizing, where Supreme Court came back and said, yeah, that's unconstitutional, right? But it has to do with the fact that the state was requiring a license for them to do what they were doing. It has nothing to do with driving. And I know he was trying to expand on his point, but he's starting to reach, right? He's starting to reach a little bit too much.
Come up and tell me they didn't read the case, because I'm gonna get on you. You're not following. That's failure to follow instructions. Okay? Now, we're going to walk down the next step of this case. We took care of Murdoch here. Let's go to Shuttlesworth versus Birmingham, Alabama, which is recorded at volume 373.
All right, Shuttlesworth versus Birmingham is the one that always annoys me the most because he's going to go the same direction, right? He's going to misinterpret this one too.
Same U.S. reports. You go to volume 373, turn to page 262. When we go to Shuttlesworth versus Birmingham, Alabama, this is another unique religious case, okay? In this case, 6 ministers were accused, of inciting to riot and otherwise create a disturbance and disturb the peace, okay? They had a sit-down. This case came down in 1962. And what happened was they said they needed to have a license to have a public gathering, okay? And what happened was it went to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court says, no, you don't need to have a license for the exercise of a First Amendment right to freely assemble, okay? Right, basically the gist of the case is the Negro ministers were convicted in Alabama State Court of aiding and abetting in violation of criminal trespass ordinance in Birmingham, Alabama. The only evidence against them was to the effect that they had incited 10 Negro students to engage in a sit-down demonstration at a white lunch counter. Actually, there were 6 ministers, but only 2 got charged, as a protest against the racial segregation. Then they cite other cases. A lot of times you can find other cases in these cases. In Gober versus City of Birmingham, Alabama, this court today holds, on the authority of Peterson versus City of Greenville, that the convictions of those 10 students for criminal trespass were constitutionally invalid. Since those convictions have been set aside, it follows that these petitioners did not incite or aid and abet any crime, and that therefore the convictions of these petitioners must be set aside. Now basically what they were claiming is their constitutional right to freely assemble. The cities was claiming that they had to have a license to put on a demonstration, which they didn't have, and they were charging them with a criminal trespass for not having a valid license to freely assemble and or protest, okay? Now, the gist of this case, I want you to see the significance of this case in view of the case we gave you before that. Murdoch versus Pennsylvania clearly established that no state could convert a secured liberty into a privilege and issue a license and a fee for it. Does everybody got that? Shuttlesworth versus Birmingham, Alabama said that if the state does convert your right into a privilege and issue a license and a fee for it, you can ignore the license and the fee and engage in the right with impunity. That means they can't punish you. They got to let you go. All right? Does everybody see that? It's very important that you understand, first, your Constitution is the supreme law of the land, and that you have that right, and that right shall not be infringed, and it's supposed to be enforced in favor of you, the clearly intended and expressly designated beneficiary. It's very important that you understand that no state may convert that right into a privilege and issue a license and a fee for it. And if they do, Shuttlesworth versus Birmingham, Alabama says you can ignore the license and engage in the right with impunity. That means they can't punish you. Now, the next case is very important, and it's very important that you see the argument. Okay? That's you.
All right, so Shuttlesworth versus Birmingham, very similar to the previous case, right? Except for both were religious expression. Both were the state basically trying to restrict the rights based on what they were trying to evangelize or preach relative to this specific scenario. I mean, the circumstances were extremely different. But again, nothing. He's trying to basically say that somehow, some way, that the right to travel is affiliated with the privilege of driving, and that you can't convert a privilege to a right. Yet we still 99.99% of the population still reads the law the correct way. Luckily.
United States versus Bishop. That's 412, volume 412, United States Reports. This is page 346. Let me come down here. United States versus Bishop is a very unique case. Basically, what Bishop does is it sets a standard for what constitutes a criminal violation in terms of willful intent. Okay? Willfulness is one of the major elements that is required to be proven In any criminal element, you have to prove, 1, that you're the party, 2, that you had a method or an opportunity to do the thing, and 3rd, that you did so with a willful intent. Now, when we get to willful intent, willful is defined as an evil motive or intent to avoid a known duty or task under the law with a moral certainty. Obviously, in the previous 2 cases, you have decided that you have relied on the United States Constitution, and you have relied on decisions of the United States Supreme Court. So, could you have willfully done any deed or crime? Obviously not. So guess what? This case stipulates that you have a perfect defense to the element of willfulness. Alright? Since the burden on the prosecution is to prove that you did willfully and knowingly avoid a known duty or task under the law with a moral certainty, he cannot perform that task, can he? Because it's...
Alright, it sounds like he's saying woefully, but I'm pretty sure he's saying willfully. Just throw that out there.
obviously you have a constitutional immunity to that. The previous case, Shuttlesworth versus Birmingham, Alabama, says they couldn't even punish you. The case before that said you didn't need a license for the exercise of a right. And the case before that said your constitutional right is supreme over any state law. So if they pass a law in violation of your Constitution, the Constitution overwhelms the state law. So the law doesn't even exist in law. Does everybody see that? Now, since the prosecutor does not have a cause of action for which relief can be granted, Your Honor, may it please the court, counsel is specifically precluded from performing his major task. Therefore, Your Honor, may it please the court, at this time I would motion most graciously for a dismissal with prejudice for failure to state a cause of action for which relief may be granted by this honorable court.
You like how he said with prejudice in there? That's pretty sneaky. Now, no sovereign citizen has ever argued in that way, right? They're quite a bit more demanding. They definitely don't use the please and thank yous. But I like how he snuck in the with prejudice in there. It was pretty good.
And I'd kind of like to collect my costs and fees for having to defend this patently frivolous and spurious complaint, sir. May it please the court. Laughter will usually break out thereafter, at which point the judge will usually turn to the prosecutor and say, "Well, Mr. Prose, what do you think we ought to do about this young fella?" And he'll say, "I'd go for the motion to dismiss, Your Honor," and the judge will turn to him and say, "That's a good answer, because I don't think you're ready for this kid today."
Well, hopefully you are, because most the cases that we see, the judge is usually going to say something like, "Mm-hmm, uh-huh, mm-hmm," and then move to whatever he was going to say next.
And 40 attorneys will break out laughing. Okay, that's actually happened to me, folks. I'm telling you, this argument is a killer argument. It's good for every single constitutional right you've got. All you have to do is fill in the blanks. What constitutional right? Prove that you...
I'm glad I set it up like that, because I would have just kept going. I would have kept going. We would have been stuck on Carl. I think it was a pretty good stopping point, though. It took a while to get into the real meat. Honestly, I think I've heard U.S. versus Bishop used before, but it's uncommon, right? The first Birmingham versus oh my God, I'm gonna Shuttlesworth versus Birmingham, and God, I already forgot the other one. uh, Quite commonly used, right? Both in the court, at the traffic stop, the random visits to the police chief, etc., etc. Anyway, I've got one more video on Carl. That's about a half hour-ish long, probably a little under. And then I've got one more video on Big Dummy from part 1, 2, and 3. And you guys, I need to get this channel like official. And if I get this channel official, I've got like 6 more hours of Carl. However, I'm not going to do this. I'm just going to post him by himself. And if you guys want to watch him, you guys can watch him. I've got, oh my God, and the next part of the series is going to set up my documentary. You guys are going to love the next speaker, mostly one speaker, but you know, he brings the son in for a little bit too. So stick with me. Help me get to 500, y'all. Help me get to 1,000, really, so it can be a legit contender. Obviously, I'm sticking around, and send me your suggestions. Send me what you want me to play. I'm still trying to find my spot, my live spot. Saturdays look good. And then my weekday times, I have no idea. I'm trying to work around Big N and Artie and Colin and whoever else, but I don't know. You guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it.